So Max and I were throwing around some ideas for an up-and-coming podcast we were going to do.
Since this is election time and we have a new president that's on his way in.
I didn't really have anything in mind, and he's on this whole Obama, JFK, Lincoln coincidence kick.
It's a time of change. There's an interesting story that links Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy together, all these weird little things, and all these people have found all this stuff that links Obama with the two.
Max actually has some pretty compelling evidence that ties the three together, and I thought it'd be a pretty good idea.
So I wanted to do a whole podcast on that and a whole video and all that stuff, but like Gene was saying earlier, he's a little bit lazy, doesn't like to do the research.
That also meant I had to do research, and I'm lazy, so I came up with another idea. I started getting emails again from this paranormal meetup group that I signed up to a couple months ago. As it turns out, they're going to be up at the Santa Cruz Mountains at this place called the Brookdale Lodge. It's a pretty good place, and we wanted to go check it out and see what the paranormal scene's like up there.
So we just decided, since there's already a little group going to the Brookdale Lodge, we would just head up there. It's only an hour from his house, and we'd already been there once and didn't have many experiences, but it was a real neat place. It was under renovation.
Max and I had made it up there before, and we thought it was pretty cool, although we didn't catch anything paranormal.
So why not go up there and see what changed and if the ghosts are still around.
And I gotta tell you, I think we're gonna catch something paranormal this time because I have my jacket rigged up to move funny. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, work wouldn't let me off any sooner.
Okay, well, we'll see when you get here. Max said he was going to leave his house around 11 a.m., which would put him here about 4 p.m. Now, the Brookdale Lodge, it's about an hour and a half or so away, so we wouldn't get up there till about 6:30. Max is already 2 hours late. Hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop you off, and we'll get a shot of the FJ Cruiser rolling in. And it'll be good. It'll look real good on the show. See, Max and I are a two-man crew. We don't have the luxuries of a sound person or a video person, so we have to get creative. And being that our show's reality-based, we just have to roll with the punches. To edit away the cold, hard truth, that'd be doing the world a disservice.
So we got to our room. Lo and behold, we had a great view of the Brookdale Lodge right in the front, right from our balcony. So, you know, Gene, his gear's always spinning. He had this idea, well, I'll just stand out here, put on the trench coat, the Robert Stack trench coat, and do a commentary on the place.
All right, in focus.
Almost. There we go.
All right. All right, you recording?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
The Haunted Brookdale Lodge.
So we set it all up, had a perfect shot, perfect view. Man, he nailed it too. First shot, first try, so it was great. And cut.
Hey, that was pretty good, man.
Dude, that was like the best commentary you've done yet.
Ah, cool. It's gonna be good. Right on. Okay, let's go meet up with the meetup people.
Good.
All right.
5:30 was the meetup time. We had to meet up with this meetup group that Gene's part of, and apparently it's a bunch of people that have the same interests as us. You know, just want to go to places that are rich in history and have stories of ghosts and hauntings and what have you. Okay, well, so here we are. I don't have a screwdriver or anything to adjust the channel on my wireless microphone, so I have to speak a little louder. This is the commando style. Here we are. We're in our room. We managed to get a little commentary done, and here pretty quick we're going to go ahead and head over to the meetup group. We're working on setting up the podcast stuff. That way when we get back we can just go ahead and get to that without having to worry about setting that up. And we'll probably go get a 12-pack of beer too and guzzle that down before we get started in Paralore tradition. True Paralore tradition.
So with that being said, we'll catch you here in a few.
Well, here we are, Brookdale Lodge. Let's go see if there's any truth to the stories of the ghosts that supposedly haunt this place. Come on. So we headed on out, not sure what to expect. Where does the meetup group meet? Like most evenings of ghost hunting, we end up in the bar. This is where all ghost hunting starts and stops, like Gene said. We head into the bar, there they are. Well, you know, it was me and Gene and probably like 10, 15 other people, all just waiting to take a tour of this place. We run into a guy at the bar named Skip.
Naked ladies swimming in there.
Who's apparently already had a few beers, or more than a few. And he saw the camera and said, "Hey, I will take you guys on the tour." We don't know if he works there or not, but he took us on the tour. He showed us every nook and cranny of the place. And then he let us know if we were to get caught, he was going to scram.
If we get caught, I'm going to scatter.
So we were like, well, is this guy part of the, you know, is he working for the place, or what's the deal here? Because we're already like in the Brook room, in the dark, behind locked doors. We don't necessarily want to be left alone by the drunk guy, and here we are, you know, in the hotel and get kicked out in the middle of the meetup. So at one point, Skip takes us down, shows us all around the Brook, and basically gives us a behind-the-scenes tour of the whole draw to the Brookdale Lodge, which is the brook that goes through the dining room, which is closed. So he says, "Let me show you where the real magic happens." So we're thinking, okay, this is like where the ghostly activity is going. So we go on down there, and he takes us into this little bitty room underneath the brook, right over the brook, but underneath where everybody eats and everything. It's a small room, maybe 10 by 10. The brook goes through it, you know. What's in that room?
I don't know. That guy locking everybody out.
Oh. And in the corners, just stacked chairs like a pyramid, one on top of the other, and not even, you know, straight up. It's just thrown in the corner. Yeah.
That's where all the bad kids hang out.
All right. All right. Is the doobie room haunted? Yeah. So the whole thing with the Brookdale Lodge, I mean, we didn't want to go up there to just join up with some meetup group or do the whole thing with the Brookdale Lodge. It's supposed to be haunted. It's supposed to be haunted by several different spirits. There's some places you could read it's haunted up to 49 different spirits. But like I said, that's probably how many psychics have visited there and have found their own unique spirit. But the most well-known spirit that haunts the place is little Sarah Logan, which is supposedly a little girl that drowned in the brook that goes through the dining room. Skip, the guy that gave us the little tour, told us that the little-known fact is she didn't die inside the dining room. She died right outside the dining room in the brook, but was outside the building. Although the ghost has been seen all through these parts. Not only her mother's been seen looking for her. At least that's what they believe. The smell of lavender perfume is often associated with the mother. How they come to that conclusion, I don't know. But either way, her ghost, or her spirit, is the one that's the most well-known to haunt the premises. I guess this is where the ghost hangs out. So after we took the tour and everything, we went back to the room. It was time to get down to business. We finished setting up all our equipment. We recorded our podcast.
Hello. Hey. 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 Hey.
The room was a lot more renovated. They did a lot of work since last time. Everything was a different color. This is the return to the Brookdale for us. We were here about exactly 1 year ago.
About exactly 1 year.
About exactly, yeah. 11 months, that's about exactly.
That's right. And we're back to see how things have changed. And, well, I gotta say, things have changed dramatically.
It is now a different color.
That's right.
I didn't have any personal experiences as far as ghosts, and I usually don't. I think the place has enough history that it could be haunted. But I didn't have anything happen that night. It's one of them situations where you're with a lot of people. So if you were to hear sounds or hear something, there's no way you could eliminate, you know, what your surroundings. So, but I'd go back again.
Yes. Definitely not a 3-star place. Maybe a 2-star. Maybe.
Till next time, this is Max from Paralore, and we'll see you then.